The Art Global project is a collection of the brightest performances of Kazakh musicians in the world's best venues. The touring performances of Bakhytzhan Baykadamov State Chapel Choir is one of its perfect examples. Kazakh musicians performed at the National Center for the Performing Arts of Mumbai together with the National Symphony Orchestra of India. They presented to the public the works of the great German composer Ludwig van Beethoven. National Center for the Performing Arts is a multi-purpose project located in the heart of Mumbai. Its mission is to preserve and promote the cultural heritage of India, and today's performance is also a part of its concept. The tour of the local soloists was held as part of the modernization of Kazakhstan's Identity State program with the support of the Kazakh Ministry of Culture and Sports. The audience greets the Kazakh musicians with standing ovations and applauses. This means that the long journey from Almaty to Mumbai was not in vain. Well, you see that almost everyone stood in the hall and nobody wanted to leave. It was a touching moment. The local audience usually never shows their emotions. Of course, we cannot play other compositions after performing the 9th Symphony, but I guess people were waiting for something more. They did not want to leave. It was really amazing. Marat Bisingaliev is a well-known musician and figure worldwide. The famous violinist is known not only as a performer, but also a great leader. Today, the maestro acts as the musical director of the Symphony Orchestra of India in Mumbai. Representatives of the creative and cultural intelligentsia, connoisseurs of classical music attended the concert. The locality in which the action proceeds is one of the rules of dramatic composition. It rains here, of course. Mumbai. It is a city from the Eastern fairy tales. It is a city of contrast, distinguished in architecture, lifestyle, and views. Founded in the 17th century as an English harbour, Mumbai is the most populated city in the country today. The gates of India were built in honor of King George V in 1911. Today, its mission differs from ancient times. It is a monumental facility designed to recall that the people of India were colonized by the British, a symbol of the greatness of the British Empire. Many tourist routes start from here. Although India has been a colony of the British Crown for many years, classical Western art was not widespread among the population. It only further emphasized the striking differences between India and European musical culture, not only in a general understanding, but also even in technical terms. European classical music provides the division of an octave into 12 different semitones, whereas in India, it is divided into 22 unequal micro intervals. The breakthrough came in 1969 when the National Center for the Performing Arts was opened. It changed the cultural landscape of India forever. Arts patrons have created it, and to this day the government does not take any part in the activities and projects of the center. The National Center for the Performing Arts has its own foundation, and wealthy business people who are interested in arts donate millions to the center.
Это здание JBT, Jamshed Baba Theater. То есть Jamshed Baba это человек.
This building is called the Jamshed Baba Theater. Jamshed Baba is a person who created this wonderful place. This person is a visionary and an idealist reformer.
Фантазер, утопист, который сделал вот эту утопию, да, вместо того, чтобы построить.
Instead of building huge skyscrapers on this earth, he built 5 magnificent halls. It happened in the 60s. In November this year, they will celebrate the 50th anniversary of the National Center. And this person was the one who said, I would like to have an orchestra.
Он как раз тот человек, который сказал, что да, я бы хотел бы иметь оркестр.
Our Kazakh musician, famous violin virtuoso and conductor Marat Bisengaliev is well known all over the world. His concerts took place in more than 30 countries. His mastery impresses the audience with its emotional emancipation and deep interpretation of works. In 2006, the president of the National Center for the Performing Arts proposed to Marat Bisengaliev to create a symphony orchestra, the first in the history of India. Over the 13 years of its existence, this group has remained the only professional musical orchestra in the country.
We hope that in the last 10 years of the Symphony Orchestra of India, we've had a very strong connection with Kazakhstan. Our music director is your famous musician, Marat Bisengaliev. We have, as our core of the orchestra, so many wonderful people, whether they're from Turkmenistan, whether they're from Tashkent, whether they're from Kyrgyz, whether they're Kazakh, they're all trained in Almaty. And they've come between, and they've all grown up. When they came, they were 28 years old. Now they're 38 years old with their children. We have SOI children now. So we are a big family. And this process, I hope we will continue into the next 10 years.
The Symphony Orchestra of India was established on the basis of the West Kazakhstan Symphony Orchestra. The string group is represented by musicians from Kazakhstan and brass group is by musicians from Europe. Also, many musicians in the orchestra come from the CIS countries. Marat Bisengaliev took part in the audition of a new team of local musicians. Quality is the most important thing for us. I cannot agree to any kind of compromise, so the number of Indians has not grown. We have around 12 to 15 musicians from India. 15 musicians are part of the permanent composition of the orchestra. Approximately 30 people perform in the chamber orchestra. Other soloists of India's large symphony orchestra are recruited from musicians from around the world who arrive in Mumbai with the start of the concert season. Shortly after this concert, the India Symphony Orchestra will have debut tours in the UK, 6 concerts in 5 different cities. The dynamic development of classical Western music could not but lead to a similar cultural exchange and creative dialogue. We will have tours in England and give 6 concerts. I think I will conduct 3 concerts and Zain Dalal will also conduct other 3 concerts. This will be a surprise for the audience in England. It is not an exotic group. It is just a very good orchestra and the musicians are trying hard to impress the audience. Marat Bisengaliev created the Academy of Music under the Symphony Orchestra of India. Before the opening of the country's main orchestra, musical schools of the classical European direction were practically not represented in India. The system is a guarantee of success, and the system was not represented in this country. There were no Western classical music sessions in the musical institutions. Therefore, there was no result. When I came here and tried to choose the musicians, I cannot find them. I had to choose self-taught soloists who started playing after 20 and talented people at the age of 50. I had to invent a special course, a crash course or an intensive course for Indian musicians, because the orchestra without Indians is not an Indian orchestra. In 2012, 6 years after the creation of the orchestra, there was a need for a music school. This year marks the 7th anniversary of the Academy. Its education system is built on the Soviet model, and musicians from the orchestra work as teachers. Marat Bisengaliev opened the school. We conducted an audition among gifted children. Since then, I have been working there, teaching children in double bass class. Now I have 3 wonderful students. One of them entered the British University. They're very talented.
I'm privileged to call him my friend. We have been alongside each other. He's music director, I'm associate music director since 2014. But even before then, we formed a bond. We support each other in our vision for the orchestra. And he is not only a great violinist, but he's a great orchestra builder. And the legacy to India will be his efforts for the young children, the school, the training, just like you have in Almaty, now starting in India, with a whole generation of pupils who, if he is right about the rose that will open, it will be this moment for us, just like it was in Almaty for him. The idea that a child is not given a boundary of politics. A child, if they learn, can do brilliantly wherever they are. And there's a generation of Indian children coming because of Marat Bisingaliev and because of the school.
During the decade since its inception, the orchestra has performed not only in India, but also in Geneva, Muscat, Zurich, Moscow, Almaty, and Abu Dhabi. This is a small part of the cities, theatres, and concert halls where the Symphony Orchestra of India has performed. The list of conductors who work with the group includes many prominent figures such as Charles Dutoit, Carlo Rizzi, Yuri Simonov, Karl Jenkins, and Martin Brabins.
Здесь это мой второй приезд.
This is my second visit to India. We have a very good connection. I am happy to work with the local musicians.
Я очень чувствую близко к музыкантам.
We have very funny rehearsals, and at the same time we work hard, and they love to play, make music better and better.
Работают настоящие, и они любят играть.
I feel great to collaborate with them.
Более лучше и лучше и лучше. Это просто для меня очень happy.
Music director of the English National Opera, Martin Brabins, conducts today. On the day of the concert, musicians from different countries gathered on the stage. The orchestra is distinguished by its multiculturalism, as well as the Bakhytzhan Baykadamov State Chapel Choir from Almaty, who performed together with choral groups from Mumbai, Bangalore, and Goa.
If I may say so myself, it is almost world-class, our orchestra today. For instance, today you heard the Beethoven 9. Apart from the chorus, of course, was superb, I know. You had a big contingent of your Kazakhstan people amongst ours. But even otherwise, how beautiful the strings were. If you notice the strings in the third movement, how beautifully they played. The whole orchestra did it in so well. And I'm really proud of it. And I'm happy that you're also a part of it.
Acclaimed Kazakh violinist and conductor Marat Bisingaliev made an invaluable contribution to the development and popularization of musical culture not only in India but also throughout the world. His name has become a brand, a sign of quality that he maintains, collecting under his leadership the best professional musicians. No matter what country Marat Bisingaliev lives or works, his heart stays forever in Kazakhstan.